Welcome to the Legally Armed America Gun Garage.
Hey folks, we got this brand new Colt 901. It's a multi-caliber rifle. It comes in a 308, but you can interchange it with a 5.56 upper. We're going to show how easy it is to swap these uppers out. It's actually pretty darn easy. We've got some 308 rounds loaded in here right now, or we're going to load them. And we're going to fire a couple of these, and then we're going to show you how easy it is to take this thing down, transfer it over to a 5.56, and then rip some shots off from it. Pretty cool deal here. For those not familiar with it, the Colt LE901-16S is a modular carbine rifle that's chambered in 308 Winchester. It can, however, be changed over to a 5.56 with the swapping of a separate 5.56 upper in exchange for the 308 upper that comes with the rifle. Swap it out now. The conversion process is very simple. If you can remove the takedown pin in order to clean your rifle, then you can convert this rifle from a 308 to a 5.56. It's that simple. Once you remove the rear takedown pin, it's time to remove that forward takedown pin. In this case, this pin was a little bit tight because this gun has not been taken down very many times, so we tapped it with a magazine and a small punch. And bingo, that's it. The 308 upper receiver is history. Time to move on to the 5.56, but first we have to remove the buffer and the buffer spring because naturally the 308 requires a little bit stiffer spring in that recoil as opposed to the 5.56. So you actually remove the old buffer and buffer spring and install one that actually comes with the kit for the 901 that accepts the bolt and the bolt carrier coming rearward for the 5.56. And now here's the cool part. It's the adapter block that comes with the 901 that allows the magwell to receive a 5.56 magazine as opposed to the larger 308 magazine. The adapter block comes with its own pin that attaches to the 5.56 upper, and the adapter block itself then attaches to the 901 lower. And that's it. Simply engage the rear takedown pin and you're good to go. After just 1 minute and 15 seconds to convert this 308 rifle to a 5.56 rifle, we fed it a nice fresh magazine full of 5.56 ammo to see how it would operate with these rounds. Golden, baby! Just the way the owner's manual says it's supposed to work. Instead of buying a separate upper, we decided to go ahead and buy a totally separate 5.56 rifle. We got a Colt 6900. That way we can keep this upper with this particular setup in a bag, but the one drawback we found was that the handrail of the 6900 actually would not allow the rifle to come completely open when the rear takedown pin was opened up. That was a little bit inconvenient. As long as you expected it, it was not a big deal, but I could see somebody else forcing it and probably tearing up the handguard. With this rifle still being relatively new, that front takedown pin still would not come out without a little bit of coaxing. This did slow our transition down a little bit. However, with the use of this pin coming and going quite a few times, it's obvious that's going to loosen up just like any other rifle does, and it will slide apart a little bit quicker and much more easily than what it does now. And as we continue to convert back to a 308, we simply remove the pin that comes with the adapter block, and bingo! Our 5.56 upper is ready to go back in the bag until the next time that we convert from 308 back to 5.56 on the 901 rifle. And don't forget the buffer and the buffer spring. Forget this thing and you're going to have some serious problems when you try to utilize your 308 round with a 5.56 buffer and buffer spring in this thing. It's not going to cycle properly. Don't forget to keep these buffer springs and these buffers lubricated very well because these things take a beating inside that buffer tube with the recoil. And Colt did not just make a novelty rifle here. This 901 rifle is top of the line. Check out this quad rail system on this rifle that makes a completely monolithic upper all the way across this thing. In fact, it even came with these ladder style rail covers. And to add to the coolness of the lower, the magazine release and the bolt release are both ambidextrous. That's pretty cool on this style rifle. And as we make our way back to the 308 from the 5.56 round, we find that the rifle still operates just fine. While the Colt LE901-16S is not cheap, coming in with an MSRP of about $2,800, it is pretty cool. By getting the Colt 6900 5.56 rifle for the sole purpose of robbing the upper from it, we can now keep this upper in this bag, so we've got this multi-caliber setup all together in one bag all the time, and we have a lower from the 6900 that we can now build a completely separate 5.56 rifle like we need that.